thinking of that, thinking of a day in the future when Jesus will return. He told us to do something in remembrance of him. And so if you have your communion elements, we're going to partake of communion now. If you don't, that's okay. Partake of communion at lunch today. When you're preparing your meal, remember Christ's death and resurrection at that point. Yesterday, Deborah and I went to Ivar's to actually do something sort of a communion, because we went to Ivar's yesterday in remembrance of Deborah's dad, because Deborah's dad's birthday would have been yesterday. He passed away a couple of years ago. But to celebrate his birthday, we decided he loved clam chowder. We're going to go and have clam chowder. And so it was with this meal that Jesus presented to his apostles. He said, when you partake of this meal, do it to remember me. And so what are some of the memories that you have gathered around the table where you can I can imagine those disciples every time they partook of that meal afterward, imagining those years that they had a meal with Jesus, where they laughed with Jesus, where they shared their burdens with Jesus, where they were challenged by Jesus. And so when they took that meal, they were remembering the person of Jesus. We don't partake of this grape juice or soda or milk or whatever you have. I've got grape juice today, and I've got these little butter cookies. We don't just take them because we need a mid-service snack. We do this to remember those times that we've been together, those times when we've been in the presence of our Savior, in the presence of Jesus. And so as we partake today, I want you to remember those times that Jesus has been very near to you, because that's what this series has been all about, that God is with us. And so if you'll lift up the bread or cracker or pretzel or chip that you have, he said, this is my body. Take and eat and do this in remembrance of me. And in the same way, he took the cup and said, this is my blood that is shed for you. Now that would have been a hard thing for people to hear. Like, what do you mean blood? But he was signifying that he was about to die for them. He was about to shed his blood for them. And so from then on, they would have looked at that cup very differently and said, he died for me. And so he took the cup and he drank, and his disciples did as well. Thank you, Lakeview, for participating with us, for coming around the Lord's table and sharing this moment where we together remember those times that we've been with Jesus.